Okay, we have some more people joining, so welcome, welcome. We're just getting ourselves situated, and I'm going to invite everyone to get their space prepared, designating it a sacred space for healing, whether you want to light a candle or sage or use some aromatherapy, or simply just in your mind's eye, imagine a circle enclosing the space that you're in and designating it this sacred space. You can go ahead and get your crystals. You can get anything that you feel is special and you want to invite into this healing meditation, because this is quite a journey that we're going to be taking today. And I wanted to first off and say thank you to those of you who have been on this 6-week journey through our series. And as it turns out, this series was really about stepping into your power. So in our first meditation, we connected to nature and either discovered or just tuned in to the natural surroundings that we feel most powerful in, that we feel actually feed us and give us power. So we connected with that, and so I'm going to invite you to just start to tune into that. And as we still get situated, I'm just going to have you start tuning into your breath, nice and easy, nothing forced. We're going to connect our thumb with the middle finger tonight, making an okay sign with either hand, letting it drop in your lap. And whether you're sitting down or laying down, however you position yourself, let it be in a comfortable state. Maybe you need pillows to prop you up or support you. And maybe you go from one position to another throughout the meditation as your body starts to unwind. That's perfectly okay. So let's tune into the breath, nice and easy, in through the nose, out through the mouth. And again, we're talking about that first meditation, tuning into our natural surroundings that feed us this power. So go ahead and do that. Just close your eyes and let yourself wander into that natural space, whether it's the ocean or the mountains or the forest or the sky full of stars. And that was in the first meditation, we learned about that. And then in the second meditation, we kind of connected with our spirit animal, and the spirit animal that gives us power and that we connect to, that's here to help us, and that's here for messages for us and for us to learn how to connect more deeply and to really be in our power. So as we're breathing in and out with a relaxed belly and an open throat, we can go ahead and include that spirit animal that we tuned into in the second session, and include that into your visual field. Nice cleansing breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. Good. And in the third and the fourth sessions, we really tuned into our power centers within the body, within our own physical body. And we connected with our chakras that go down the midline of the body. And so we can just breathe and just gently tune into that level of power. In through the nose, out through the mouth. For anyone who's just joining, we have our thumbs connecting to our middle fingers, dropped in our lap, and relaxing the head, neck, and shoulders as we breathe. And remind ourselves of all of these ways that we can connect to our power. And breathing, feel it coming through the body. Good. Waking up your energy centers. And in the last meditation that we had together last week, we stepped into the power center of the heart. And we looked around and did some cleaning up and some healing so that the heart can expand and receive even more love and more light as it took the things that were no longer serving us and released it back into the light so that we could feel lighter in our own body, mind, and energy. So in tonight's meditation, we are going to be moving into a space of connecting to this part of us that may want to fall apart, or may feel like you already are falling apart, or may feel like you fell apart and you're not quite sure if you're whole again, and for some reason this whole idea of falling apart just really resonates with you and you're very curious and you wanted to see what this is all about. So welcome and thank you for coming. And I just want to say from the outset that as a group, we are much more powerful in our meditations and in our healing capacity when we are working together. So I'm so glad to see you all here, not only to help yourself, but we're helping each other. So it's a beautiful way to start out, just acknowledging our connections. Even though we are all in different places physically, we are connecting mentally and spiritually and energetically. So let's take some deep breaths and move some of that energy. And let's just take this time to do some stretches, some gentle movement in the neck and shoulders. We can roll out the shoulders. Let's just kind of slough off some physical tension, rolling the shoulders forward. Stretching open the upper back, taking the arms in front of you, clasping your fingers, reaching in front of you, and stretching open in between the shoulder blades. Let the head drop. Good. Come back to center and bring those palms up to the sky, stretching out the side body. Good. You can stretch to one side, opening up the whole side body and rib cage. Coming back to center, opening up the other side. Let your spine be in alignment without turning your head. Good. Let that drop down. And now we're just going to do the same thing behind us. So have those hands clasped behind you. And just stretch out behind you. So we're opening up the chest, dropping the head back, opening up the throat and the front of the neck. Reaching out, releasing. And we always like to loosen up our wings because we do like to expand and fly in our journeys. So open up your arms. You can do circles, but have your expansion going through your wings. And then we have our arms out to the side. So we're in a T shape. And we're going to stretch all the way to one side. And stretch all the way to the other side. expanding our reach, coming back to center. And now we expand from the center. So from the center, the right arm reaches out to the right and the left arm reaches out to the left. Good, making space between the shoulder blades. Beautiful. Okay, we're gonna shake out any remaining tension. And if you're in a seated position, I want you to take the flesh in your buttocks and separate it out from where your tailbone is so that you can even be more and more centered. Okay, so we're gonna come back in and connect the thumb to the ring, the middle finger, let it relax down. Close your eyes. Tune into your body and how you feel in this moment as we breathe. Nice cleansing deep breaths. If you're in a private space and you feel comfortable and called to have even deeper breaths where you're making sounds, then go right ahead. In through the nose, out through the mouth. If you want to go even deeper with your sounds, you can go ahead and do that. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Good. Let it ripple through your body. Let that wave of breath move through, helping to bring vital life force energy to all of your parts. Beautiful. So in our journey together tonight, we are going to be going into a vulnerable space. So we're going to call in a lot of the energetic helpers and energetic love that is available for us to connect to help us feel safe enough for us to go into this very vulnerable space. So we've learned in our time together how we can do these things. Beautiful. So simply by connecting to the breath and always bringing your mind back to the breath is going to be your focus. That is your mission in this journey, is to keep that focus, always coming back to the breath and always sensing, feeling, and knowing how it's moving through your body, okay, wherever we go. And if for some reason we journey into a space that is very emotional and difficult for you to come out of, there are a couple of things that I might recommend for you. One is we're going to use a safe word, and I'm going to use the word coconut. So we're going to just designate that word coconut as the word to bring you back out. And I like to sometimes refer to it as the well of never-ending tears, or, you know, the cycle of, you know, a no-win situation. So whether it's your heart and your emotions or your mind and your thoughts that are going into such a deep place that you can't come out, I want you to remember the word coconut, and I will say it if I feel like we need it. And you can also know that you can say that to yourself to help you come out of any sort of tailspin that you might be in. Now, I don't think that's going to happen, but I just wanted to say that. The other thing that is a really, really beautiful gift as a way to sort of recalibrate and come out of any sort of major anxiety or panic is gratitude. Gratitude is an energy that cannot support fear or anger or shame. And so gratitude can get you back into a positive vibration. And I've actually used gratitude when I was having a panic attack underwater when I was scuba diving. So that was actually in a critical situation where when you're scuba diving, if you react through panic, you could die. So that was very present in my mind. And as much of a panic I was in, I couldn't think of anything to be grateful for. So I just repeated, I am grateful. I am grateful, I am grateful, I am grateful, I am grateful, I am grateful. And I did that for about 8 to 10 minutes underwater until I came out of the panic and was in a clearer state of mind. So that is something that's available to you as well. So, okay, so we're going to move a little bit more into this quiet space, this space of deepening, this space of awareness, closing the door to the outside world as we breathe. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Good. You can bring your right hand to your chest and your left hand to your belly. And we're going to just feel that connection through the body as we breathe. Feel the belly expanding with each inhalation. And then moving towards the spine as you exhale. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Nice cleansing breaths. Relaxing the head, neck, and shoulders. Releasing tension in the chest and the upper back. Feel the breath moving through the rib cage and the belly and the lower back. Beautiful. Feel the breath moving through the chest, into the arms, to the elbows, forearms, wrists, hands, and fingers. You can drop your right hand down to meet your left at your belly as we breathe. Inviting the breath to move through the hips, the pelvis, the sacrum. And feel and sense and know the breath as it moves through your legs, past your knees, down past the shins and the calves, the ankles, feet, and toes. Beautiful. Let's bring the awareness in towards the midline. Good, and I'm going to have you bring your thumbs back to connect with your middle fingers and relax them down in your lap. As you see in your mind's eye, the center line of your being, along the spine, Beautiful. Tuning in to that level of your senses, your nervous system. Beautiful. And we're going to follow the spine all the way down towards the end, the lowest part of the spine, the tailbone. And as we breathe, we can feel and see and know the energy of the tailbone moving straight down through the floor and through the earth to the center of the core of the center of the earth. Beautiful. Feel that hook in as you ground your energy through the tailbone and tether yourself to the earth. Feel the breath come in and go out. Beautiful. And we're going to connect to the column of light that comes down from above and encircles us completely. It's like a spotlight from the sky, and you are in the center of it. Breathing in, breathing out. And with each breath, that column of light is getting brighter and brighter. Feel your body as it sits in the center of this column of light. And feel the vital life force energy moving through you as we breathe. We're going to take this moment to call out to the higher energies that are here to support us, that are conspiring for us, and that are always available and accessible when we call them by name. So we can call out to universal life force energy. We can call out to the angels, the archangels that are here to support us. We can call out to the patron saints. And I just want to make a note that this has nothing to do with religion. So if you don't connect to angels, you can just think of them as your helpers. We can call out to our ancestors, those who have come before us. And if anyone connects to the word God or higher power, whatever you connect to, call it in. And really feel them around you, because there's a lot that are showing up here tonight for us. There is an army, a spiritual army that is showing up for us here tonight that is helping us to increase our consciousness and our awareness and our alignment of mind, body, and energy. So tune into all of that support that is here. Tune in through your heart. Tune in through your solar plexus. Tune in through your third eye. And tune in through the crown chakra. This is the area where we connect deeply to spiritual energy. Beautiful. And we're tuning into that tailbone energy and simply activating the chakras along the midline of the body as we become aware of the tailbone and breathe. We become aware of the sacral energy and breathe. We become aware of the solar plexus energy as we breathe. We become aware of the heart chakra energy in the chest as we breathe. And you may feel your posture shifting as your energy starts to align. We become aware of the energy in the throat as we breathe. We become aware of the energy in the space between the eyebrows, the third eye, as we breathe. With cleansing breaths, we become aware of the energy in the crown of the head, the very top, the space between the top of our head and the sky as we breathe. Beautiful. Connect to that feeling of safety in your sacred space with your spiritual army within this group in this moment. We're going to travel within the heart space. And once you move into the heart space, we're going to feel the space between the front body and the back body. We can feel that ball of energy right in the center. As we breathe. We are here in this moment, and we are connecting to a part of us that is deeply connected to our power. In our power, we are connected to strength and courage and oneness. Harnessing the energy of the group in this oneness. And we move into the heart space, knowing this part of us that is connected to our power. Beautiful. And in this heart space, we're going to imagine the color pink, bringing in this harmonious color for this space. And it's as if we're bringing in a soft bed with soft pillows and soft blankets and feathers and clouds and comfort and ease. as we breathe. And in this space, we can invite from the darkest corners of the heart, we can coax out the part of us that feels fragile, that feels like it's breaking. We're connecting to this part of us that feels small. That feels on the edge. That feels like it's in pieces. And we invite this part of us forward into this space. We invite this vulnerability, this fragility, and maybe there's even some shame attached to feeling this fragile, this weak. We're going to invite all our senses into this experience so that we can see, feel, sense, hear, and know this part of us. And in this safe and sacred space, we coax this part of us out towards the light, which feels blinding. We know there's safety here. We may not feel it, but we know it's here. And we know that we're entering a space of no judgment. Let yourself see this part of you that is fragile and breaking. Move towards the light. Let yourself have this moment of releasing any tension that feels like you have to hold it together. Take this moment to actually let yourself in this safe and protected space fall apart. As we breathe, let it happen. I am here, and we are here as a collective for this healing, to let yourself have this experience of falling apart, of letting go of the pieces, of releasing the tension, of letting go of all the thoughts, of dropping all the things that you're juggling. If it feels overwhelmingly physical and you feel like you need to move out of the stillness so that you can move your body and shake it out or punch a pillow or walk it off, then you can go ahead and do that. But if you can stay in this moment where your body is still in the physical plane and your mind is seeing the energetics of the emotional and the mental breakdown. You will be able to observe it more clearly. Let yourself see it. And if you're too engaged with it through your emotions, what I'd like you to do is see if you can just step outside of it so that you can witness it and watch it without being in it. Nice cleansing breaths. See all the pieces laying out on the floor. And if you are too deep in it and can't get out and you'd like to get out, then I'll say the word coconut and you can help bring yourself out. Coconut, coconut, coconut. And for the rest of us, we're going deeper and deeper within, allowing this connection to all of our parts. Feeling, sensing, knowing, being all of these separate parts. Maybe you feel some relief now that it's actually done. Maybe the anticipation of it is worse than actually falling apart. Connect to the breath. Allow the breath to move freely and easily as you step out of the engagement with this part of you, so that you can simply observe and witness. What are you seeing? What is in front of you? Let's ask for the messages to come through clearly. The messages of the highest vibration of truth and love, the messages of healing. What do we see when we see all of our parts laid out in front of us? And is there a sense of relief to let go of that old pattern? Nice cleansing breaths, no judgment. And why must we fall apart? Why must we let it go? Why must we observe? And we are here to awaken. The purpose of falling apart is to awaken so that we can see what it is that we've been carrying, what it is that we think makes up our substance. What is the thing that we can't get out from underneath? Observe. Step out of it and observe what it is that is attaching itself to you. Breathing in and breathing out. And in this moment, We're simply connecting. We're simply showing up with our presence. Our courage, and our higher self. The part of us that is connected to our strength and our power and our connectedness, to our knowing and our wisdom, to our love and compassion. So let's invite in our higher self with all of these energetic qualities into the heart space to help us witness this breakdown, this separation, this falling apart. Breathing in, breathing out. Beautiful. And let's taking this moment to connect to the higher self and allowing the observer to merge with the higher self. Feel that merging happening as the observer becomes the higher self and the higher self becomes the observer. Witnessing all of your parts. Beautiful. And we can see the higher self that we are connecting to in this moment, walking towards all of our parts, all of our pieces that are scattered in the floor. And our higher self is collecting all of our pieces and gathering them into an embrace. This beautiful embrace filled with compassion and unconditional love. You can see that pink color, that pink space growing brighter. And we're connecting to all of those parts that felt shattered. And we're collecting them within the embrace. Beautiful. Beautiful. For anyone who's having difficulty, go back to the breath and connect to the color pink. Beautiful. Feel how this energy feels within the body. The color pink and a compassionate embrace. And you start to see yourself again within your heart space. And up ahead is a bridge, a beautiful bridge that connects the place where you are to the place where you're going. Beautiful. And you can see that space across the other side of the bridge. And you can see this beautiful garden, this beautiful natural wonder with the landscape that feeds you power. You see in that space your wholeness, your light, and your freedom. Beautiful. You start to align your vibration with that space, that beautiful garden, that power center of natural surroundings, the warming light from above. And tune into what that feels like, what you imagine it's going to be like once you're in that space. Feel those vibrations coming into you and pulling you towards it. Beautiful. And coming back to the breath, in through the nose, out through the mouth. And coming back into the space where you are on the side of the bridge that you're starting at. Feeling your higher self deep within you. And looking over at all of your pieces. There is a piece that is there, and on that piece is the word love. That word love is carved out of a substance. I see wood. And the letters are carved out. The letters are connected to one another, but they're carved out so you can actually feel all the edges of the word. And it's this beautiful wood, so you can actually smell the wood. Maybe it's cedar. And you're embracing that carved out representation of love, and you can pick that up and bring that close to your heart. And that's what you're going to be taking with you across the bridge. And if you cross the bridge and there's any of your pieces that you would like to bring over, you can. But in our first crossover, we're simply bringing the energy of love. So gather up that love sign and let's walk across the bridge together. Moving towards that beautiful space that is filled with all of the natural surroundings that support you and feed you. And I feel some of you are sort of stopping midway on the bridge, and that's okay. So if you feel like you need to turn around and just take a look at some of your parts over there, and you can observe your parts and see what's there. And then you can choose to turn around and continue going towards this beautiful space. Or you can stay where you are. And just take in that moment of being in love, with love. Let that fully absorb into your heart. Beautiful. And for those of you who have crossed over the bridge, and for those of you who are still on the bridge, we're going to breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. Beautiful. And if you feel calling to go back towards the other side of the bridge, towards your pieces, then you can go ahead and do so. You can just walk over the bridge, reconnect, observe, and this time we're going to pick and choose the parts that we actually want to take with us. You can see them as colors, you can see them as energy, you can see them as thoughts, you can see them as emotions, you can see them as intentions. Choose wisely what you want to take with you, what's important to you, and what's meaningful to you. What is going to help you feel strong and in solid foundation as you bring your parts back together? As we breathe, we're collecting our belongings and crossing the bridge once again into this Garden of Eden, this beautiful space of healing, of power, of connectedness. And take note of the parts that you brought with you, or the parts that you have with you, or the new parts that you want to connect to within this new, beautiful, sun-drenched space. And see yourself stepping into your being with all of the parts that you've chosen and all of the parts that are coming to you now. Feel yourself coming into wholeness. There's a new program with this new arrangement, this new composite of your being. And we breathe. and connect to the wholeness. And we can bring our hands up into our armpits, right hand up into left armpit, left hand up into right armpit. So we're connecting to the outer shoulder blade with our opposite fingers, and essentially crossing our arms and giving ourselves a beautiful and gentle hug. And when we do this, when we connect in this way with our hands to our body, we are reminding our body, our cellular memory, that we are in wholeness. We are whole and complete. We are in one. All of our parts are working together as one. Beautiful. And in your landscape, we're connecting to the sun from above. Feel the sun warming all of your parts as they come together. Feel a wholeness in the center line of your being. Beautiful. And let's tune into that center line, that spine, that central nervous system energy, and just connect and take note to how we feel in this moment. How does that compare to the moments earlier when we tuned in? Nice cleansing breaths. Feeling the grounding through the tailbone. And let that energy uplift through the spine. Coming up the spine. Feeling an uplifting sensation. Connecting through the top of the head. Beautiful. I feel like most, if not all of you, are fully back. So let's just take another moment to really come back into our being. Release the hands onto your lap, and you can connect your thumb to your index finger, making an OK sign with both hands, relaxing down. Feel the expansiveness in your breath. Beautiful. Coming back in towards your center, in towards your body. We're coming back, feeling the environment of the room and of the support that's underneath you. Bringing your awareness into the body. Waking up and wiggling the fingers and the toes. And on the next cleansing deep breath, we're coming back in through the nose, out through the mouth. Beautiful. Take a moment to collect yourself. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. Beautiful. That was a really powerful and productive meditation we had today. I could really feel all of you connecting and being in this healing space, and the power that was being generated by the collective, so that each one of us could be boosted even more than we could be on our own. So thank you for that. And I just want to take this time to connect to um, a little reminder of some of the things that we went over and learned about and connected to over this 6 week series, so that you can remember some of the tools that you've learned, um, to help you get more centered, get more grounded, get more focused, get more clarity, um, reduce tension and anxiety, and to help you sleep. There's really a world of benefits that comes with meditation. Those are just some of them. So some of the things that we went over that help you get into that space are creating your sacred space, designating your sacred space, um, as a healing space for the moment that you are working. So it doesn't have to be a separate room in your house, but for the time that you are doing the healing for yourself, you can designate a sacred space. We've practiced different finger mudras that help you to connect to the circulation of the energy flow. So simply by connecting to your fingers in this way helps to immediately jumpstart the energy flow. So if you're feeling anxious, if you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling overwhelmed, simply connecting your fingers and mentally making a note that you're okay as you breathe can be really helpful. That's part of ancient healings and teachings, and Jin Shin Jitsu, which is an energy healing, balancing, harmonizing art, something that I practice. Simply by deep breathing is really powerful to help you get more centered, help you come down from a 10 to a 3, and help you to get more manageability over a feeling of overwhelm or emotions or thoughts. Really connecting to the awareness through the observer is one of the main tools that I like to use in my practice and the practice that I use with my clients, because that is such a valuable way to really tune in to your own insight. And you're going to get a lot of information when you're able to really strengthen that connection that you have with the observer. And again, accessing the power through the group, doing these group meditations can really help boost the healing power that you're generating. So I hope all of that has been helpful for you, and I really appreciate you coming. So be well, be in light, and I will see you next time. Take care. Bye.